Man, what a nice day it was today. Well, at least it started out that way. Today we're taking some of our family out for an annual trip that we do each summer. We start out catching a few sharks in the shore, and then we decide to move a little further out and do some bottom fishing. It started off kind of slow. We were over some culverts fishing, but we weren't pulling in a whole lot. But about, 20 or so minutes later, all of a sudden we started catching fish. I don't know if they just moved into the area or just got hungry, but they were biting. We started pulling in a lot of red snapper, which I guess isn't nothing special up here. It seems like they're everywhere. And unfortunately we had to throw them back, but they were still fun to catch. But as we're fishing, Keith hooked up to something big. Now at first we're like, it's probably a shark, or maybe it's just an AJ. But then my dad's like, hey, maybe it's a cobia. And we ain't caught a cobia this year, Kind of strange, usually we pick up a couple when we're trolling. But it turns out it was a cobia. Pretty nice cobia too. Go back to fishing, catching some more red snapper, and all of a sudden, boom, another cobia. Not quite as big, but still good sized cobia. We fight him for a little bit and then bring him on board as well. So it was a good fish and a good little fire drill going on. And I don't know if sometimes there was a thermocline on the bottom where it's a little colder and the cobia seemed to like that. I don't think that was the case this time. I guess they were just hanging out in the area. But they seemed to be there because we ended up catching a third cobia. This cobia was a little bit smaller, so we sent him back. But it was still a fun fight catching them and pretty exciting on the boat. So throughout the afternoon, I've been watching the storms because this time of the year, we get thunderstorms about every afternoon, and you don't want to be caught offshore in a thunderstorm. It gets pretty nasty. A couple decades ago, my dad's boat almost sank while he was out there fishing. And I've been keeping in contact with Captain Chad Starling. You may remember Captain Chad. We did a video last year. We caught a 25-pound red snapper with him. I had to throw it back, unfortunately, but it was a cool trip. Captain Chad has one of them sea service things where he gives updates on the storms and where they're at and moving to. So he was watching it and giving me updates, letting me know, how much time we had, because it became pretty clear that they were coming this way. So early in the afternoon, we started hearing some thunder in the distance. About that time, he calls me and says, hey, we're heading in, you might want to do the same because it's starting to come this way. So we packed it up. Thankfully, we have a fast boat, and we started heading in. As we got close, I realized we weren't going to make it back to the dock dry, but we'd at least get inshore and avoid some of the wind and lightning and roughness. So we kicked it in, and as we got close, the rain started coming down. It came down pretty heavy for a little bit. Had to slow down because couldn't see very far. The radar just showed a big blob of red where the rain was, and we all huddled under the T-top. Well, most all of us. Even though we had to leave earlier than we'd have liked, it was a great day offshore. It was pretty exciting catching the cobia and the snapper, and we had a great time. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more videos. So we'll see y'all next week.